You, I'm fine. Good morning. I went to visit someone. I was very sick in this country. A religious Hasid says to me, I know everything here.
I know exactly. I got it. I understand perfectly.
I told him one of the real great Hasidim here. Take a Chumash, please. Please open the Rambam in Perek Zayin in Mamrim and the Rambam in the Chumash first. And here it says, one of the great Hasidic masters, Met Great.
Aristocratic.
Comes to a big professor of Vienna and she says to him, Herr Rabbiner, what do you do? He said, I'm an engineer. Engineer? What do you build? He said, I build bridges. Bridges?
Yeah. Wow.
All my life.
Wow.
I worked to build a bridge.
Yeah, amazing. It's a constant.
But this is life.
Yeah. Wow.
It's always easy to talk about it.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
I'm open a second. Parshat Kittel says. So you all know anything. Open a second in 1046. You all know that the parasha begins, which is not, this is not our topic today, that in certain wars after the Jewish army was victorious, and they took some women also. Obviously this is not a Melchemet Mitzvah, it's Melchemet Reshut, because of Melchemet Mitzvah you'll have to kill everyone.
Oh.
If the man wants, he's allowed to have machloket, but relationship once, and the promise, I will marry you. Okay? This is not the topic, but here is the topic, here's the point. Yeah. The point is the Torah is hinting to this is not good. Look a second at the Rashi in 1046. Rani wants to use the big Chumash.
No, come in.
What did you find yesterday, the big one?
That's the third one.
And the other one, we have open at 1046. Look at the Rashi. Look at the Rashi, ולקחת לך לאישה. Take for you, which number, who wears bigger glasses, you or me?
I'm good today. 1046.
Yeah, a little better.
ולקחת לך לאישה, see the Rashi on the right column. Rashi says, לא דיברה תורה אלא כנגד יצר הרע, שימי לקדוש ברוך הוא מתירה ישענה באיסור. This is not the time to talk about it. This is a very deep Torah psychological analysis of a human being. If you're on a diet and you love cake and you held yourself back a long time and you see a table filled up with good precious cakes, you take only one bite.
That's it.
No.
That's exactly it.
You never have Yetzirah to take a full bit.
Right.
It's calories. I'm holding back for years and years, but once.
Then you have the expression, I can't believe I ate the whole thing.
Yeah.
But look at the Rashi. Look at the Rashi. Avalim Nas'a, you did marry her. Remember, married here means legally married.
Yeah.
Because otherwise he's not allowed to touch her. He's not allowed to do anything to the woman unless he gives her a promise. If A, B, C, D, Avalim אם נשאה סופו להיות שונא, שנאמר כי תהיינה לאיש בן סורר ומורה. מה פירוש כי תהיינה לאיש בן סורר ומורה? This is our topic, בן סורר ומורה, but look at the next topic is כי תהיינה לאיש שתי נשים, האחת אהובה והאחת שנואה. Look at this again, a long discussion. We have two wives, one is אהובה, one שנואה. You remember in פרשת בראשית, after אדם הראשון ate מעץ הדעת, he felt that Hashem is around and he's hiding. Who are you hiding from? Adam HaRishon thought that he can hide. He's hiding from himself. And he said very often when we do something wrong, we feel terrible. Snua means this woman is very attractive. Obviously, you wouldn't touch her, yes? For the time being, you gave up on the piece of cake, but now you hate the cake. You understand?
Yeah.
Because the cake reminds you
of what you did
Of
wrong.
your failing.
your Achilles heel. And look at the Rashi. And סופו להוליד ממנה בן סורר ומורה. Then, this is our topic, בן סורר ומורה. The Gemara says here, the Gemara says in Masechet Sanhedrin Rani that David, when Avshalom was rebelling against him, David wanted to worship Avodah Zarah. And his friend says to him, what's that? He says, look, everyone in Israel is saying, David is a righteous man, keeps everything. His son, his own son is rebelling against him. And let me do Avodah Zarah, and people say, okay, the man was a phony. Says his friend to him, here, no one is questioning why he's doing it. Because his mother was
From this background.
Oh,
this is why he was a very good, this is why he was such a good looking man. Shalom was, this
So,
was,
we say in modern society, psychological, since this union came together in an improper and a toxic way, that their marriage was toxic and the children became toxic as a result.
Yeah, but no, but here the Torah says, deep inside, this is, you eat the coffee you cook for yourself. You thought that it's so good, but this is in real life. So let's go now to the men. The Torah labels Ben Sorer Umoreh, looking. Ki yeh leish Ben Sorer Umoreh. Yes. You ever think about it? Maziki, Jeff, where you live? The bottom, yeah. 1046 in the bottom.
okay, yeah, the ish, yeah.
Why? If a man will have, why the man? The woman.
Right, the woman.
למה לא כתוב כי יהיו לאיש
Why the
ואישה?
man, not the woman?
Here the answer is it's you. You are the
You're
reason
causing
why this kid. I met about 3 weeks ago, my wife and myself, a fellow. He has a wonderful family, married all his kids, but he has one kid that he's convinced. Convinced himself. And the reason is because of A, B, or C, he's trying to change it.
Maybe you see with the child or with himself? Or a little bit each.
Himself, therefore it's affecting the child. It's very difficult, very often this is like, כי יהיה לאיש, it's your son, it's your son. בן, סורר ומורה. איננו שומע, בקול אביו ובקול אמו. ויסרו אותו ולא ישמע עליהם. Sorry, Rani, let's see how does, remember, Artskol is always a literal translation, not מה זה ויסרו אותו ולא ישמע עליהם?
Wait, by yourself, it does not hearken to the
They
voice.
discipline him. See, discipline is a very cute word. On top of the page.
And they discipline the last
And they discipline him.
Oh, and they discipline him, but he does not hearken to them.
Why? What do you mean discipline? You cannot leave the house after 10 o'clock. You're taking away your iPhone. I mean, this is discipline. But remember, they must translate it like this. Look at the Rashi. Rashi has a totally different interpretation. Because Rashi always explains the psukim with Torah Sheba'al Peh.
Oh, wow.
Look at the Rashi. Matrimbo, they give him a warning. They give him a warning in front of a court of three. Umalkim oto. You know malkim oto means? We give him 39 lashes. Why are we giving him lashes? You keep misbehaved, so you're giving him 39 lashes. Open the Rambam, you have the Rambam in front of you. Open the Rambam in Sefer Mamrim, Sefer Shoftim, Hilchot Mamrim. Maybe we are, maybe we're not. Hilchot Mamrim is almost at the end of Sefer Shoftim, completely.
Is Larry on, Rabbi?
Yeah, he's on there. Perek Shvi, you have Perek Zayin. By you, it's going to be page 127. Look all the way in the back, page 127.
What is it?
Page 127. The beginning of a new chapter. Larry, you have it? Larry, I cannot hear you.
Is it you?
Is he on mute? You're on mute?
No. She's talking about that.
No, but maybe he can't hear you.
Okay, maybe it's me.
No, I don't know why you don't hear me.
Oh, now I can hear you.
Yeah.
Now we know he's here.
That's why I was wondering. I didn't hear anything from Larry. Is he on?
You really Larry the compliments you get. Rani says you're quiet too long.
Yeah.
He's Larry.
You're on.
No, you're on
It's
off
the favorite line. It's not you, it's me.
You're running out.
Okay, I'll ask you yet tonight.
Oh, no, now it's good again. The rule is, a fellow, you're in Yerushalayim, the minhag was you get married like Erev Shabbat, this way you save a meal. Anyway, a fresh groom in Yerushalayim gets married before Pesach, he comes first night to Simon.
Great story.
In the middle of the meal, no, but this is exactly what happened. In the middle of the meal, starts to scream, Chametz,
Yeah.
The rice.
Oh, right. I think it was weak.
The answer is, it was your Chametz. A week before, when you went to the Torah, people threw on your head. It fell only from your head to your soup. But he's embarrassing his mother-in-law.
It's me, not you.
No. It's very difficult. Someone came to the Rav of Brisk. This is in the 50s in Israel. Perhaps all the problems Israel has is because this, that. Says the Rav, only he can say it the way he said it. He says it. Yonah, he says, listen carefully now. You're on a ship with hundreds of sailors. There are many ships around. What did Yonah say? I know it's me, not them. You know this? We love the story. The story is a good story. Ki yodea ani ki b'sheli asar hazeh. I take full responsibility. This is the sign of a great man. Anyway.
What did you say, David?
His wife. Sometimes my wife reminds me.
You need reminding.
Look at the Rambam.
I have a line in my house. I clean it up now. I just say, oh my, she's right again.
בן סורר ומורה האמור בתורה, הרי נתפרשה בו סקילה. Did you ever pay attention to this? What is skila? Skila is to be stoned.
No, so here was different.
Why stoning? Rashi says in Chumash, Gemara says the Torah already analyzes his personality. When he's 18, 19, he's going to kill. If you kill, we don't kill you by stoning. If you kill, we will behead you. How is he getting skila? Think about it. The punishment that we give him is not something that
not fitting to the crime, so to speak. The
correct.
Crime that's yet to happen.
We'll talk about it. ולא ענש הכתוב אלא אם כן הזהיר. You ever think about it? You get 39 lashes if you eat non-kosher because the Torah wrote first. Don't eat non-kosher. If you do,
You still have to get.
where is the warning? Where is the warning?
And what's the crime? The crime? He disrespected his parents. That's the crime.
Ve'echan izir. Wait. Ve'echan izir. Where is the warning? לא תאכלו על אדם. לא תאכל אכילה המביאה על ידי שפיכות דמים. The way you eat, the way you drink wine, the way you behave, לא תאכלו על אדם. Now please remember that this pasuk is a source to many other halachot. The reason why you cannot eat a full meal or cake and coffee in the morning before you pray is also from this pasuk. Lo tochlu al adam. Don't eat before you pray on your own blood. This is the source why the Sanhedrin, the day they execute someone, cannot eat. Lo tochlu al adam. You're about to spill blood. So this is the warning, yes? לא תאכל אכילה המביאה לידי שפיכות דמים, וזו אכילת בן סורר ומורה, please listen, שאינו נהרג אלא על אכילה מכוערת. need the Rambam's language, Larry? מה זה מכוער? Disgusting. Ugly, the worst way. שנאמר, זולל וסובל. So you realize what the Torah is revealing here, the way we eat, the quantity you eat. Remember, this is a kid under the age of 13, between 13 and 3 months. מפי השמועה למדו, הלכה למשה מסיני למדו, שזולל הוא האוכל, turn the page, האוכל בשר ברעבתנות. What is רעבתנות?
Glutton.
His head is in the sandwich. Not the sandwich in his head.
Yeah, beyond that.
Yeah.
Prague?
Yeah, half a second. וסובה השותה יין ברעבתנות. Read between the lines. You understand? Each one of us eats, each one drinks. The way you eat, the way you drink, the quantities, and how you got it. Yeah, what's your question?
Why does Rambam have to bring the pasuk lo tochlu al hadam? He already said in the pasuk the Yisruoto, and both Rashi and everybody else says.
I'm leading you the Rambam into Beisru. Beisru means before we stone him, we brought him already to court. And in court, we gave him a warning, and we gave him already 39 lashes, the same as me if I eat a cheeseburger. People don't realize Beisruoto is not that they smack him. He was brought to court, and in front of the court, the warning was given to him, and he gets 39 lashes. Only if he continues. See, this is totally different. I mean, this is Torah about Mamash.
So like he went to juvenile court first.
This is what Riley said.
They're giving him a heads up. So Rabbi, his eating style, is that a wrong per se?
Look a second.
Or is it indicative of where his nature is?
Indicative is the opposite. Okay, so now the Rambam goes into the details, which is not our... אכילה זו שהוא חייב עליה, דברים הרבה יש בהם. כולם הלכה מפי הקבלה. As you all know, all these restrictive laws is basically to end that this can never happen, but it's a lesson to us. אינו חייב סקילה until he steals from his father money, and he buys cheap meat, not cowboy steaks. יין בזול, not wine for $59, but wine for $12. ויאכל וישתה חוץ מרשות אביו. He's not eating and drinking in his parents' house, אלא בחבורה שכולם ריקנים ופוחזים. He's doing it with friends that are
not the best,
to say the least. ויאכל הבשר חי. Chaim is raw meat almost, yes? Anyway, fine, the amount of wine, fine. And now listen to this. So now the Rambam goes into the details. Go now to Halacha A. Remember, I'm first going to show you the Rambam and the Yisru. Remember, you learn, you hear the Torah tomorrow morning, you think, okay, they give him a smell. The Yisru means in court, 39 lashes. As we always say, look further. הלכה ה' לא הענה שהכתוב קטן שלא בא לכלל מצוות is under age. וכן איש שגדל, is a mature adult, והרי הוא ברשות עצמו אינו נזכר. Now, הכיצד, this is really what makes this topic a complicated topic, but on the contrary, this is the point of the topic. הכיצד is, מפי השמועה למדו, every time מפי השמועה means הלכה למשה מסיני, שגנב ואכל בשעתה, שדין, מפי השמועה למדו שאין דין זה אלא בבין 13 שנה ביום אחד, is at least 13 in one day, שהביא שתי שערות, יש puberty signs, עד שיקיף כל הגיד, אוקיי, this is little, זה תלת נוגע to us now, but now, ו' כל ימיו של בן סורר ומורה, potentially 3 months, he can become בן סורר ומורה, אינם אלא 3 חודשים, from the time, מאחר שיביא שתי שערות, from the time he brings puberty signs at the, remember the Jewish law and adult is age plus puberty signs.
So if he's 13 in one day and he doesn't have the puberty signs, it doesn't kick in yet. And that means the time gap may be shorter. Let's assume it's a month before the puberty signs. He only has 2 months.
Then you start 3
months from that time. Yes, yes. So it's not 30.
Here you would never believe, but this is the Gemara. Look, why from this age? לפי שאפשר שתתעבר אשתו ויהיה עוברה ניכר ב3 חודשים. Potentially, to 13 in one day, he can father a child, and after 3 months, you can see that his wife is pregnant. What in the world this has to do with him? Look a second, Shenemar. This is, Larry, this is Torah שבעל פה purely. כי יהיה לאיש בן סורר ומורה. His father has a son סורר ומורה, ולא אב סורר ומורה. You, the child, you cannot be the father. כי יהיה לאיש, okay, fine.
I mean, if the boy is already, he's a ben sorer ומורה, he should not become, or he cannot.
He cannot be.
We don't allow it, or he's not physically.
No, he would not become Ben Somer. We would not kill him. Yeah. Now look. Now we are going to how we begin. The Yisru Torah. Remember, every teacher who teaches it in kindergarten or in elementary school or in high school, the Yisru Torah is making. Look at the Rambam now. Keitzad Danim. The wrong
the middle.
It closes. Now listen good to the Rambam. כיצד דנים בן סורר ומורה, מביאים אותו אביו ואמו תחילה לבית דין של 3. See? What Rashi just told us, the Rambam says, his parents bring him to a court of 3, a regular court. ואומרים להם, and you tell the court, בינינו זה סורר ומורה. If I go to court and I accuse David, I'll never do, but David borrowed money from me, he didn't pay. David accidentally broke the window. What are they accusing? What are they saying to the court?
There's no proof.
סורר ומורה, ומביאים שני עדים, the parents have to produce two witnesses, שגנב משל אביו money, וקנה בשר ויין, במה שגנב ואכל אותה אכילה אמורה. וזוהי העדות הראשונה. No one knows it, but this is how the process begins. The parents already took it to court, they accused him, they produced witnesses, and look further, ומלקים אותו. So יסרו אותו means he gets 39 lashes. So you understand that when Artskol says and they discipline him, they translate the words. Isur means in the court. Ki yeh leish ben sorer u'moreh. Right? And then we shomea beisru oto means after he was going to court the first time, the court gave him 39 lashes. שנאמר ויסרו אותו ולא ישמע להם, חזר וגנב משל אביו. He continues. ואכל אכילה זו, אביו ואימו מביאים אותו לבית דין של 23. Now they take him to a court of 23. Before, this was only to give him 39 lashes. Every time two witnesses testified that the guy ate a cheeseburger, it's not a court of 23, it's a court of 3. This is what the parents did.
Lower court, so
now, yes?
So, Rabbi, in modern times, he doesn't have to show up. I'm not going. In that time, he somehow listened to them to show up to court, or they bring the police to bring him.
So Rani is asking a good question.
He's not obedient. Why is he coming to court?
He knows what's coming, especially.
They are schlepping him to court.
By force.
And did you ever think about it? You ever think because we cannot. Which parents would take him to court a second time?
He had to be so bad.
You know that by the end of the day, this will never. What's the answer then? Why are they taking him? Rav Avramsky said he was a rabbi in Russia. After communism took over, and he says a mother comes to him and he says she wants him to pray that he would die. Why do you want your son to die? He was drafted to the communist army. She knows for sure that when he comes back, he's going to be a communist, not Jewish. She'd rather see him dead. We cannot look at it, calling him a lovely son. This is the parents are saying we don't need a son. That his name or his pictures will be hanging all over the paper, yes? May as well remember, we gave him already the warning. We gave him already 10 lashes, and he continues. This is the Tafsubo Aviv Ve'imo. Larry, the question is, why is it a job of the parents?
They're really bringing him because of them.
What did you say?
They're bringing the kid because of them.
Their fault.
Their
fault.
Well, no, but rabbis seem to be saying they want to prevent him from going from bad to worse.
It could be maybe for the parents.
See, I'm a neighbor of the parents. I witnessed that he stole, and the parents are not bringing him to court. Am I obligated to come to court? The answer is no. He's like a regular juvenile who is committing mistakes. But the parents here, the Torah emphasizes it's the father and the mother.
But what I'm hearing is they're not coming because they're fed up with him. They're trying to prevent him from going from bad to worse.
This is exactly the point.
Yeah. It's not because I can't take it anymore.
I mean, in today's day and age, if you have a Shemesh Moran, if you have a kid that is heavily into drugs, right, and you really try the best you can, you spend tens of thousands of dollars. I happen to have a guy comes to my shiur, a very lovely son. He's a very attractive girl. He already admitted it 3 times to California rehab. Because every time it's $25,000. One coming in. Why? She knows that she has a problem. Heavily producing drugs. But you see, he's doing it for himself. He's doing it for her. So look, it's difficult, but every time parents today have a kid like this with drugs, I wouldn't tell you, but there's someone in the community many years ago. So I told him, "So where is your son?" And his son was he's in California. He told me month to month. It was a specialist telling you to keep him in the house. He says, but they realize that keeping him in the house doesn't help.
Yeah.
So now it's time to.
They say sometimes a girl's going out with somebody who has been a drug addict. They say they never recover. They never recover. That sooner or later it's going to come back, and it's not. It's dangerous for them to stay involved with it.
Drinking.
Yeah.
So all those.
Yeah, all these addictions.
אביו ואימו מביאים אותו לבית דין של 23, again הוא מביאים שני עדים, ומעידים עליו שגנב. Remember, this is new set of witnesses, not the old witnesses. The old witnesses already we gave 39 lashes.
See, Rabbi,
Yes.
the real sin here, Zolel v'Sovei, when I read this, I read both times and v'Yisruo Tov and v'lo Yishma, and in Einu Shomei b'Kolenu, period. All right, he was a Zolel v'Sovei. And if you read, and you told me to read the Netziv breaks it out so much differently. What is it? What is an Einu Shomei v'Yisru? And he tells it, he doesn't focus on this eating and the drinking. He focuses on what the result of not listening to your mother and father is. The Zolel v'Sovei, we all know it. He eats too much, he does. But is the sin really that he didn't listen, that he didn't follow?
The commentators, what you see in the Netziv, all the commentators understand that the reason why this is written, it says to teach lessons every year to society. If the Gemara tells you that Ben Soror Moreh lo haya v'lo nivra, never happened, never will happen, because if you see all the restrictions in the halacha, it's to teach us many. This is what the Netziv is doing.
The thing in this case, he's a repeat offender. He did the bad act, but if he keeps repeating it, that makes it go from bad to worse.
Right. I mean, this is really one of the lessons we learn. This is exactly what the Netziv. Look at the Ben Ezra, what the Ben Ezra says. Look what the Ben Ezra says.
Inenu Shomea. And then he pushes in the Zolel v'Sovei. But we're so used to...
The Zolel v'Sovei. We are so used because we never went into it, because it's a frightening... It's a frightening... Basically, Larry's wife is especially his son is also... The early behavior of kids is a sign of.
I'm thinking of myself as a Ben Soror Moreh. I didn't eat too much. I was Ben Soror Moreh. Well,
but this is why the title became a title.
Right, sure.
This is exactly what it's being taken from. But remember, the trick here is every teenager is undergoing an age that is rebelling. The question is how is it being expressed? So I mean, in a modern language, I would tell you, you just became bar mitzvah. Your parents made you a beautiful party. You're stealing money from your father to buy cheap meat. You're stealing money from your father to not. Your father or your mother will give you meat. Come in the house. I'll give you the meat free. No. You realize what he's doing. It's not that he wants the meat and he wants the wine. It's a statement.
He may not be doing it intentionally. He may be driven because of his own nature that he keeps going over the line.
But this is the way you say it is exactly the point.
He's going over the edge.
It's telling us, remember, teenagers today are doing many things that are much worse than that.
Yeah.
Okay, but this is teenage behavior, whatever the reason is. I remember a kid saying, this is like 30 years ago. He says to me, my father beats him up.
Yeah.
He said, because his father was from Egypt. He says, this is the way we go. He says, I cannot fight my father back. The only way I fight him is that in front of him, I'm not putting feeling in it. Here you see a kid not putting tefillin. Is the kid becoming not religious? He says to me, the only reason I'm doing it is only to make my father upset. I would love to do. But this is, but here it's not so. You realize because if you want meat, your mother will make you cowboy steak every day. You want wine, give you wine. I have to steal from you money. I have to go with my friends to work. I have to. Now look a little further. רמב"ם, אביו ואימו מביאים אותו לבית דין של 23, ומביאים שני עדים. Again, this is a new set of witnesses. ומעידים עליו שגנב, ואכל אכילה זו האמורה אחר שהתרו בפס. Which means the witnesses have to say, we know that he got already a warning. We know that he got
You know, he's a previous offender.
Okay, it says after we accept the second pair of witnesses, we have to check physically to see if he has puberty signs and all this and all this. Okay. Now look further. At the end of the Rambam, look. ואינו נזכר עד שיהיו שם 3 הראשונים, which is what? שנאמר בינינו זהו שלקה בפני חבי, our son was already in court. Now listen to this, no one knows this. ואם אכלו לו אביו ואימו קודם שיגמר דינו. The mother says, you know what, we're going to forgive him. Remember, we brought him to court. We'd like to forgive. קודם שיגמר דינו, before the court takes a vote, patur.
Oh.
Which means all this
they could withdraw.
Story is only the parents.
Go through with it.
Yes. Now look further. Barach.
So the witnesses already testified, and they still have to give the green light, so to speak.
The court is debating.
Yeah, and they have not made
the
a
mother
decision.
In the last minute says, no.
We're pulling out.
She's out. See, me and you, Jack, are witnesses, and the court is debating. We are out of the picture already. Now it's in the hands of the court.
Sure.
Here it's a big chidush.
The parents have a say in the matter.
The chidush is since the parents are the one who brought him to court.
They could withdraw.
It's a tremendous chidush.
Right.
Who are they? The minute you bring them to court,
because the facts are already established. It happened.
Correct.
So,
this is the point.
They have the.
They
have the power.
They have
over
veto.
The
they have a veto.
They have the power.
No, they veto, but
once they show up in the court.
They could have several.
Right, but she could still
pull back. And the court is
ready.
Debating it, and the Rambam is saying that before
they're out for a decision.
Before the verdict comes,
they're out for a decision. And she
now,
can still pull it out.
Look a second,
but Rabbi, today in our courts, thank God I was never there, but even when the jury is out for a decision, if the lawyers make a deal, they stop the decision.
Right.
There is.
Jack is saying in today's day and age, even if the jury is debating already, if the lawyers on the two sides come to a decision of a compromise, you stop the.
It's over. Case is over.
Look now in הלכה י' היה אביו רוצה ואמו אינה רוצה, אמו רוצה ואביו אינו רוצה.
One this way, one that way. Split decision. Yes.
אינו נעשה בן סורר ומורה שנאמר ותפסו בו אביו ואמו.
Yeah, they're both.
Has to be both. But probably it's funny because what made him a Ben Sorer is that the parents were on opposite spectrums.
Sometimes a man thinks differently than his wife.
The commentators, remember, since the Gemara tells us that this never happened, the commentators take this halakha to tell us that if the kid hears a double message in the house, the father and the mother are not singing the same song, that's right here.
Yeah.
Again, we are losing your voice. Something is.
Okay, but I'm asking you.
Yeah.
all starts, if you read this carefully, all this stuff is very interesting, but here is the root of this problem. The root comes from sin'ah. It's every time in the Tanakh, not every time, but when you read Tanakh, you look at sin'ah. You have Yosef, you have Leah, you have Amnon. Every time, and everything that happens from it goes.
Where is the sin'ah here, Larry? Where is the sin'ah here?
Because you told us before they be sneuoto. The sana right at the beginning. You read the first pasuk.
This is disregard to the people that love you the most, yes, and the youngest age and the tender age of look further. Look at this. היה אחד מהם, look in the middle of הלכה י', היה אחד מהם גידם או חיגר או אילם. One of the parents, either is missing a hand, Gidem is missing a hand, Chiger missing a leg, or Ilem mute, Suma blind, Cheresh deaf, אינו נעשה בין סורר ומורה שנאמר, ותפסו בו. Both parents have to hold him, not Gidem. ולא גדמי והוציא, okay, now listen to this. About 45 years ago, this is a Gemara. When I was teaching it, I quoted the Meiri. The Meiri is 700 years ago. Listen what he says. Larry, this is your family's field. It says if one of the parents is handicapped, it makes him angry. And perhaps this is the reason you do this.
Yeah.
Remember, we are punishing him based on our prediction. This type of a behavior at this age is going to make him a rapist, a murderer. But the minute the parent heard this, I remember saying it, there was a fellow there who was a social worker, says to me, this is up to date, modern psychology. I had to bring the book. This is a Mishnah. And the Meiri says it in the Mishnah.
So, Rabbi, from an editor's perspective, I would have put it at the beginning of the process. The parents are not qualified to bring him to the court.
Well, this is the
but it's at the end of the process here. We went through the whole story.
No, it's only, Rani is asking how got the Rambam is.
Like, had a boy, he had the age, he had the signs and all that. So the qualification would be the parents have to both.
100% right. The minute they come to court and the court notices,
so why go through all the detail if one of them was handicapped?
We are not. This is the Rambam. Listen carefully. Now give your interpretation. Look at 11, Rambam 11, י"א. גזירת הכתוב הוא שיסכל בין סורר ומורה, אבל הבת, female girl, אינה נידונת בדין זה, שאין דרכה להימשך באכילה ושתייה כאיש.
Yeah, but if she does, then of course they should.
Jack says logically maybe the
it's worse. She never does that.
It doesn't happen.
If you teach it to girls, they agree.
Right.
So even if you no. Even if a girl, but she would never ever come to the point that the Torah is only a man. This goes back to what you said.
I just heard in the news there's somebody got murdered, and they're accusing the mother of doing it. Or a female, they said, no, strangling women never strangle others.
You know what it says?
Wow. Women never strangle others. Only a man can strangle. That's a conspiracy.
Let's ask my mother. But Rabbi Prague, I have a question for you. Rabbi Prague, look into Hakdama. It's fascinating. The Rambam writes, Shelo yeh haben sorer al morer al kol aviv v'imo. Not zolel the sover. It's
what he said?
What did he say?
The Rambam is listing. Rambam is saying, we're not talking about eating and about drinking. It's the way you behave to your parents in such an extreme way. You are pushing it. It's amazing. It's amazing.
We're implying that it's because of the parents in a way. But isn't there such a thing as a kid being born a bad seed? He's born bad.
So now let's go back to the first Rashi that we saw.
Yeah.
If the father, right?
Oh, the
he
type
was a decorated soldier.
Yeah.
Picked up a woman and he did it.
Yeah.
But the end, he might have.
Rabbi Prague?
Yes.
I have a question because it's the end of the class and something to think. In the story of Leah is Snua, right?
וירא השם כשנואה לאה ויפתח השם את רחמה.
Okay, good. And what happens? She gives birth, but who does she give birth first to? Reuven. And then it says, wait a second. Then it says, "Vayar Leah or Vayomer ki snua anochi vayikrat Shemo Shimon." Why?
כי שמע, but over there it's the opposite, you realize?
It should be
Says
Kish.
Hashem is rewarding me.
Yeah, but why did doesn't it logically continue? If it's so now, why did you call him Shimon?
No, כי שמע Hashem, Hashem listens to my suffering, to my mistreatment, or at least the way she felt it.
And I say the same thing with Shmuel. Ki Shama.
Maybe continue. I didn't have, because I came on very late, I didn't come to the early minyan. I have to go now to
All right, go ahead. Have a great day, Rabbi Prague.
engagement of my granddaughter. I have a rule. It's never for me. How do you know that half of the time of the visit or the party or the wedding is when the ladies are getting up to say goodbye? This is half time.
Yeah.
I'm
way,
to go
my
at
wife tells you, "You ready?"
No,
Yeah.
I have to say, no,
I witnessed this at home. My wife would be on the phone with her friend or her daughter or her sister, and you think the conversation's over.
Yeah,
It continues on,
for
and
hours.
nothing concrete comes after, but they're just
Rabbi, it's my wife all the time. Okay, you ready? I go, yeah. I stand up right away. I'm starting to work out. She goes, okay, 5 more minutes. It's at least a half hour.
this is no, but this is not the last night. You say I have to be let it. Okay. No, but the answer is we have to accept it. We're not Ben Sorel.
we'll be buried. Buried to say until it's over. But your tie is showing below the collar, so you want to just pick it further up. Okay, Mazal Tov.
No, I got it.